All right, we're live. Paused. There we go. All right, and guys, any of you joining the channel, I really appreciate it. I don't have anything set up as far as descriptions goes or any of that stuff. I'd like to kind of give a shot at some live stream stuff here. I need to figure out how to do some things like put descriptions in and possibly a donation link if anybody's willing to do so. And well, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'm going to do some AAR practice or AR practice. Not very good at it. I'm a crap pilot, as I said in my last video, but yeah, let's do this. So I always have issues with this. And again, anybody that wants to give me advice on how to do a lot of this stuff, I would really appreciate it. So, okay, we go to manual, setting up the YouTube descriptions and all that. Hold that out 1 second. ARCO is 13100. We're putting in the TACAN. Shoot, I forgot to hit TACAN. TACAN. No, I don't need TACAN. Dagnabbit. Okay, he's 2 X-ray. We'll go ahead and do that. Clear. On. TACAN. 2. No. Clear. What am I doing? Right, we'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to go manual. Track IR is jittery for some reason. No, manual. Hold that out. 13100. Enter. Why does it go back to... I don't understand why it does that. Sorry about it being jittery, guys. My Zoom 13100. Enter. Ah, okay. It held it. Great. And then TACAN 2. Why is it not changing?
ARCO, passing waypoint 2 at 18,000.
Clear and it turns off.
ARCO, on station at bullseye 144 for 70 at 18,000.
There we go. 2 AA. And I've got MFDs, Cougar MFDs set up, so use those real quick. 70 or 39 miles from us. And I guess we can leave that there. No, actually, what we'll do is we'll go fuel. We've got 10,000 pounds. I'm not taking any tanks because I've heard there's a freeze up with the tanks, or I've actually experienced the freeze with the tanks on the F-18. I'm using a Thrustmaster Warthog. I need to put all this stuff in the descriptions, guys, as soon as I figure out how to do all this stuff. I spent a couple hours trying to mess with it and just figured, you know what, I'll just go live. See if anybody shows up. And nobody's in the chat yet, but, you know, eventually maybe. I don't know. You'll hear some background noise. There's fans running. It's hot. I need to set up or learn how to set up when people subscribe, how it pops up on the screen for you. I don't know how to do any of that either. So. Okay, here we go. The F-18 module is fantastic, even in the state that it's in now with some of the bugs and it lacking some of the features. It is in early access, but man, what a module. I mean, I didn't even touch the stick or throttle there. Or the throttle's all the way forward. I didn't even touch the stick. It just came up. And we will chase the carrot. Is that a boneyard for planes? I said that in my last video. I didn't. Tried to figure it out, but I got distracted. Should be it here, right? Oh, tack hand, right. So I got that to get the carrot on. So for those of you that don't know, you line this little dash up with the carrot, but in order to get that on your screen, you have to actually click the tack hand box here in your right MFD. So we're gonna get some altitude here because I think it's about 18,000 feet. Got a carrier out here too. This is just some stuff that I threw down in the Persian Gulf map. Put in a couple of tankers and the Stennis with a battle group. I probably didn't put it in correctly. Got like 4 battleships surrounding it, so. But I finally got OBS figured out to a degree. Was able to get this set up and running. Just can't do it with NVIDIA Surround enabled and not have the black screens on the top, just kind of like a letterbox, and it just wasn't working. So yeah, you can see them out there. That's the battle group, the Stennis. We're 44.4 miles from Arco. And I forgot to load up my voice attack. I've got Viacom Pro, but I just can't get it to work correctly. "44 miles. So I've played Fleet Defender from the 90s, Falcon 3.0, EF 2000. I've been in flight sims a long time. I just never became a good pilot. And I haven't touched the first weapon on this thing. The air-to-air stuff's fairly easy to figure out from what I've seen, but the underground stuff I haven't messed with at all. Yep, and I know, like, hitting backspace, you can take away the stick. I don't need that. wonder if I need to put a dead zone in this. Slider. So I'm using the Warthog, like many others. I love it. Had it for a few years. The pinky switch, or the pinky light switch, went out on it a couple of months ago, and I haven't been able to fix it. So, actually, in between jobs at the moment, I got fired from my last one. The person, gosh, we're like dropping speed here. Why am I dropping speed? There we go. I worked for a service dog organization called Service Dogs by Warren Retrievers. I was a road trainer. I'd been with them for... Why are we dropping speed so bad? Because we're at 42,000 feet. I was not paying attention. Okay, let's get back down to a reasonable altitude. But yeah, I worked for an organization by the name of Service Dogs by Warren Retrievers. And I was a road trainer, so I went all over the United States and Canada supporting the families that would get these service dogs. I got fired in December for being honest with families, because some were getting dogs that weren't trained to the point that they were promised, and they were upset considering the amount that was fundraised and paid into it. And I was honest with them. If I didn't think a dog was ready to be placed, I'd tell them, because it's too important for these dogs to work. There were several dogs out there, different types of dogs, diabetic alert dogs and dogs for autism, and these poor families were looking for some help, some relief. If you've got a child with a disability, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, diabetes, type 1 diabetes, is nothing to mess with. It can be very dangerous. So you have to stay on top of it all the time. Oh, I thought I had labels turned off here. Hang on. Yep, there we go. Okay. So, you know, and people with children with autism, one of the biggest fears is the child eloping. And it was and they were promised like the sun, the moon, and the stars, and then when they get the dog, it wouldn't be nearly as trained as it was supposed to have been, or said to have been. So I would spend most of my time trying to correct behavioral issues in the dog that never should have existed to begin with, or training basic commands that the dog should have already known, instead of working on what the families needed the dog for to begin with. And it was frustrating. I made a lot of friends, and got to know quite a lot of people, and did my level best to help them. But there was a dog that tried to bite somebody while the person was at work. It was a diabetic alert dog. And I told the person that the dog never should have been placed. And that's what got me fired. And the main reason I stayed with the organization was for the families. You know, I'm a father, and I know if my kid had a disability, I would do whatever I needed to do, beg, borrow, steal, to get some help with it. And they weren't getting the help they were promised. So But you guys didn't come here to listen to me complain about my woes. Well, nobody's shown up yet, but you're not watching this video to hear me complain about my woes. You're here to watch me practice air-to-air refueling. And guys, this isn't going to go well. Geez, I'm going way too fast here. So shout out to McKnight G, or McKnight Gaming. He is responsible for the rig that I'm running on. It's a first generation Core i7. It's several years old, but it runs really well. It's got a Rampage 2 motherboard in it, I think. I've got 12 gigs of RAM and a GTX 1060 6 gigabyte. McKnight G and I have been friends for a long time. And he's just a really good guy. He's been a really good friend. So thank you, Mike, for giving this stuff to me. He gave me 3 monitors, too. I already had like a big HDMI 32-inch, I think this is that I'm looking at. So, and then he gave me 3 monitors, so I've attached them to my Volair Sim, flanking the center one. They're slightly smaller than that one, but it works. Okay. Now, oh god, this guy's going 230 knots. Ooh, ooh, no, 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 no. Okay. Oh crap. All right. Sorry, guys. Trying to unpause this. All right. So the Hornet module is really nice, as I said, and it's not really not that hard to understand most of the concepts behind it. Of course, I've got the A-10 module too. I've had it since it first came out. You can see the other tanker there in the distance. I tend to be a bit too aggressive with the mod, or with the stick and throttle though, so just trying to get up here to where I'm flying with him, okay. So I don't have voice attack up, so I'm gonna have to use the why didn't that work? Let's do this. Keep a turn with him and stay. Oh, no, you're leveling out. Great. Still pulling away here. Can we try it again? Tanker. Arco.
Arco.
There we go.
Field 1-1. Request rejoin. Enfield 1-1. Arco. Proceed to pre-contact at 18,000.
Oh boy. Okay. Turn that off. So I've made contact a couple of times. I've really never been able to refuel before, so it was something for me. Got a friend of mine in England by the name of Mr. Kidd. That I met flying Jane's F-18 in the 90s. Actually, it was 2000 when we met. So shout out to you, sir. You wanted me to kind of put up a video showing the mid-air refueling, so there we go. We'll do the best we can.
Ready pre-contact.
I may be too far back.
Return pre-contact.
Yep, I'm too far back. Dang it. I really should have voice attack up for this. What? Why are you not responding?
Ready pre-contact. Cleared contact.
Okay. Here comes the boom. I just got to remember fly with the plane, not the boom. Oh, I'm going too fast. Nice and easy on the throttle. This will probably be a short live stream. But I gotta have some type of proof
Break away.
to show that I actually did this. Because McKnight will never believe it, especially.
Contact.
There we go. Got contact.
You're taking fuel.
And we are taking fuel. Come on. Back off. Kick in the auto throttle. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that cheating, the auto throttle? I mean, it's there to be used, right? That has got to be the smoothest I've ever done it. I cannot believe this. Look at that. And no,
Transfer complete.
it is not as easy as it looks. But you've got to be extremely gentle with your inputs, because let's bring the throttle back a little bit more. Drop a little bit. Oh shoot, ATC's on. Okay, bring the throttle back some. There we go. And we're going to do it again. And pretty much all of my focus with this module has been going into air-to-air refueling. And the reason for that is the Persian Gulf map is so big that if it's done right, you're going to have to know how to do this and be able to do it in order to get to a lot of your points. Like, so if you look at Maverick's 104th Maverick from the Phoenix Virtual Squadron, the Operation Clean Sweep, I think it's called, that they've got, their battle group is in the Gulf of Oman. Their targets are over in Iran, across the Gulf. You're not going to be able to make it there without refueling. It's just, it's too far. So, okay, let's do this again. Arco, intent to refuel. What is going on? Why is he not responding? All right, let me go back to AP. At least keep me level. Tanker, Arco. There we go.
1-1. Request rejoin.
I got to remember too, sometimes I click out of the window.
1-1. Arco, proceed to pre-contact at 18,000.
I got to re-click on it, so. We'll wait till he comes out of the turn, because I'm not near proficient enough to be able to do it in a turn. But there's one. Gotta keep up with him here. Now I've got like a 35% curve in both my pitch and the roll and the stick. And I mean, I've tried it without it. Lowering the curve, it's just too sensitive for me. I think I tend to do better with it, with that curve. I'm going to hear some noise in the background. My apologies for that. And we're going to push up here just a little bit more. I really need to, well, I'll maintain what I got. too fast here. I didn't bring any tanks with me, so I'm not. I didn't experience the freeze that I myself have experienced, and other people have reported on the board, DCS board, where if you make connection right after you come off of the tanker, the game freezes up. It's not a crash per se, but it freezes. So. Track IR flipping out a little there. And I know technically I should be off to his left, flying formation with him. He's leveled out. All right. No. Yeah, cool. I come in. Do the throttle thingy. Just ever so gently edging it up. I come off of AP. Still pulling out away from us. We're not quite fast enough. I just don't want to get too aggressive with it, because then I'll overshoot him. I'm going to get about 224, and then I'm going to hit the auto throttle. Actually, we'll do it on at 225. That'll give us a nice slow approach. This out. Left just a tad. I'm not catching up to him, am I? All right, we'll come off of that and increase it a little bit more, because he's going to go into a turn at some point, and then I'm screwed. I'm just going to get close enough to get him to drop that basket. And it's all adjustments, man. It's all adjustments. If you go watch 104th Maverick, which I'm subscribed to, I don't know if you can see my subscriptions. In one of his earlier videos where he has his stick and throttle, his HOTUS overlay at the bottom of the screen, you will see they are constantly moving. Constantly moving. He hasn't been using them lately because it kind of blocks the view of some stuff, but yeah, they're constantly moving. And I know I'm doing this way too slow, guys, but I understand I'm a beginner at it, so just taking my time, being patient. He's still too far for me to call. Ready our mouse there, just the same. Did you see that little bank there that I just did to the right? And I almost overcompensated coming back. Like I said, I have a tendency to be too aggressive with input movements. Oh gosh, don't start flipping out on me now. I got my window open, so when a car goes by, it causes it to flip out. All right, here we go. Oh, no. Come on, why aren't you too aggressive with the throttle? Why is he not calling out? Maybe too high for the basket. We'll see. Now, why aren't you answering? Oh my gosh. What is going on with this?
Ready, pre-contact.
There we go.
Cleared contact.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have to come down some. And back off the throttle. Okay, see, here we go.
Break away.
I've got to calm down here.
Contact.
Ooh, it's that A-18C.
You're taking fuel.
We are taking fuel. Speed up a little bit. Oh, it just froze. It just froze. Dang it. It just locked up. Oh well. Well, nobody joined tonight. Maybe somebody will join tomorrow. I'll try it again, I guess, later. But at least I got video proof that I made contact with the tanker and was able to refuel. So I may stream a little bit later, I don't know. But for now, you guys have a great night.